The lights of the dressing room hummed overhead. Sterile and cold. The room buzzed quietly with the team preparing for one of the biggest concerts of the year. It was filled with stylists, crew, wardrobe, assistants, and sound techs. Then the air shifted. Ji and Jungkook walked in. Dressed in all black. Cold aura. Not a single word. The chatter dulled as he passed by. His eyes scanned the room like a laser until they landed on her. Yn. Makeup brush pouch in hand, trying not to tremble. Heart pounding. He stopped mid-step. Eyebrows narrowed. What is she doing here? The question wasn't directed at anyone, but it was loud, enough for the entire room to hear. The manager stepped forward, awkwardly. She's the new temporary artist, Jungkook. It's only for the next few gigs until Mina gets back. No, get someone else. We don't have anyone else. His gaze returned to her. Touch my face. And I swear. She interrupted, her voice soft but even. I'm just here to work. He clenched his jaw. Don't talk to me. He walked to the chair and slumped down, pulling out his phone. But not before muttering : TCH. Traitors everywhere. She approached him quietly, her fingers steady even, though her lungs were screaming. Their last meeting had ended with him yelling. Her begging. That was years ago. Still, the pain lingered in the air between them like the scent of old perfume. Look at me if you want this to be done properly, she said professionally. He didn't. She worked in silence. He didn't flinch, didn't blink, didn't speak. But she could feel the tension under his skin. Every brushstroke felt like walking on glass. She wanted to say I missed you. She wanted to say you don't know what they did to me. She wanted to say I never stopped loving you. But she said nothing. Because he'd already made it clear. You don't belong here. When she finished, she quietly gathered her tools. He finally spoke. Don't follow me around like a ghost. She paused. You're the one who sees ghosts, not me. She walked out. No tears, just silence. That night, she stared at the hotel ceiling, remembering Colin. The way his arms used to feel around her. The way he used to call her my piece. The night she left because his mother told her, you'll ruin his career. He needs to focus, not chase a girl with no future. She had believed him. She had left. And she never got to tell him why. Now. He hated her. And she had no right to explain. The next day at work, he ignored her again. When she walked into the dressing room, he walked out. When she set up her tools, he tossed his hoodie over his face. 3 days passed like that. She kept doing her job. He kept pretending she was a shadow. But shadows don't bleed emotions. And he was bleeding all over the floor. The studio buzzed with activity. Stylists shuffled between counters. Makeup brushes flicked over celebrity faces, and cameras clicked nonstop. But amidst all the noise, Jungkook's silence was the loudest. He sat in front of the mirror, muscles tense, face unreadable. His jaw clenched slightly as Yn walked in, holding his foundation kit and a quiet hope he wouldn't ignore her today. He didn't look up. She stood behind him, waiting for a signal. Nothing. With trembling hands, she lifted the brush, but the moment it touched his skin, don't touch me. The words were cold. The air shifted. Her heart dropped. Get someone else, he muttered, eyes still locked on his reflection. You don't belong here. I was assigned to you, she said, trying to sound composed. Then tell them to assign you to someone else. He stood up abruptly, brushing past her, his shoulder knocking hers not hard, but enough to let her know he was still angry. Not just angry, bitter, broken, and maybe hurting. The staff exchanged glances, confused. They didn't know the story but she did and he did. Later that day Jungkook was scheduled for a live music shoot. He arrived on time, sharp, perfect, polished, but silent The stylist director cornered YN behind the scenes. He's refusing every artist we send him. He asked for you She blinked. What? Yeah, fix his makeup before the shoot. Hurry. Was this a trick? A game? Still, she walked in again, carrying the kit. This time, Jungkook didn't stop her. He didn't look at her either, but he didn't resist as she gently brushed his cheekbone. He still didn't speak. But fate had other plans that night. The moment the shoot ended, the lights flickered. Then blackout. The entire building went dark. Panic stirred. Staff members shouted directions. Emergency lights failed. And somehow, in the confusion, Jungkook and YN were locked in the backup dressing room together. It was pitch black. Silence. Tension. She could feel her heartbeat echo in her ears. She always hated darkness. Hello, she whispered. TCH. Great, he muttered, near the far end of the room. Perfect timing. We're trapped, she breathed, hugging herself. Jungkook sighed, his voice closer than she expected. Don't freak out. Someone will open the damn door soon. She didn't answer. The silence grew. Until he heard a stifled breath, shaky, off. Are you crying? No answer. But her shoulders trembled slightly, a familiar sound of her trying not to fall apart. Are you still scared of the dark? His tone softened. Barely. Always have been, she finally whispered. He sighed again, deeply this time, and then the sound of slow footsteps. A hand, large and hesitant, rested lightly on her shoulder. Sit down, he said quietly. Here, next to me. She did. Slowly, her fingers still trembling. You haven't changed, he murmured in the dark. You still hide your panic behind silence, and you still hide your pain behind anger. She replied. Another silence. Only this time, it wasn't sharp, it was fragile, breaking, healing. Why did you come back? YN. His question hit like thunder. She swallowed. Because I had no choice. No choice. His voice turned bitter again. Isn't that what you said when you left too? I have. No choice, Jungkook. That's what you told me before crushing me. Tears welled up in her eyes. You don't know what they said to me. Then tell me. His voice cracked now, more human than ever. Tell me. But she didn't get the chance to answer. The door burst open. A flash of light. Staff rushing in. They both stood quickly, blinking at the brightness. But something had changed. They walked out in silence again, but this time, they both felt it. The crack in the wall. The beginning of something neither of them could stop anymore. The blackout incident didn't leave the headlines. Jungkook and his new makeup artist trapped. In the dark, fans suspect closeness. Mystery woman linked to Jungkook resurfaces. After years, what's the story? The internet buzzed with theories. But inside the studio, it was quiet, almost painfully quiet. For the next few days, Jungkook didn't speak to her. Not because he hated her. But because he didn't trust what he might say if he did. Flashback years ago, a small apartment. Late night ramen on a rooftop. A boy chasing dreams. A girl always watching him, cheering quietly. That night. She'd held his trembling hand as he clutched a rejection letter. I'll never make it, he whispered. You will, she said, voice like a vow. Even if the world says no. I'll say yes, always. He looked at her. Promise me. You won't leave. She kissed his hand. Never. But she did. Present day. After the blackout, She avoided looking at him and less necessary. He stared more now, quietly, from corners. When she left with other staff. Something inside him twisted. She used to laugh like that with me. Before she left. 2 nights later. She stayed late at the studio, fixing brushes, cleaning up. He stepped in after his schedule, still in full black. He looked tired, but you're still here? He asked quietly. She froze. He hadn't spoken to her since the blackout. Just cleaning up. You always do that. Double quotes. Yeah, someone has to. Silence. He walked in slowly, hands in pockets. Double quotes. Why did you come back? YN. I told you. I didn't have a choice. That's not enough anymore. She looked down. Why does it matter now? Because I waited for you, he confessed suddenly. Even when you disappeared, even when your number didn't work. I waited. Double quotes. Her breath caught. He walked closer. I didn't stop loving you. YN. She closed her eyes. Then why did you leave? She turned away. You don't want to know. I do. She faced him slowly. Her voice cracked. Because your mother came to me. Double quotes. That stopped him. What? She begged me to leave. Said I was in your way. Said you'd never make it as long as I was there. Said you deserved someone better. Someone without a broken home. A sick mother. No future. Double quotes. Jungkook single quotes. Eyes darkened. She what? She cried. Jungkook said if I loved you, I'd let you go. Let you fly. You believed her. I didn't want to, she said, shaking. But when I saw you get your first offer from the agency, I knew she was right. You should have told me. Double quotes. I couldn't. I had to be the villain in your story so you wouldn't look back. That's why I said all those cruel things. Why I said you didn't have a future. I had to be cruel because I loved you. Double quotes. Silence. Then Jungkook stepped closer. One more step, and their chests nearly touched. Double quotes. You destroyed me. Why? And I destroyed myself too. She whispered. I still do. Every day. And then he wrapped his arms around her, tight. Like he'd lose her again if he let go. You should have let me fight for you. Double quotes. She sobbed into his chest. I was scared. I'm still angry, he admitted, but more than that. I'm tired of pretending I hate you. That night. They sat on the rooftop, the same way they used to. Ramen cups in their hands. Jungkook looked at her under the city lights. Double quotes. One more chance, he said. No more lies, no more running. She looked at him. But what about your family? If they ever come between us again. He leaned in, brushing his nose against hers. I single quotes. I'll choose you. Always. She smiled through tears. Then this time. I'll stay. And in that moment. The past didn't matter. The pain. The threats, the silence. They had each other now. They thought everything would be easier after the truth came out. But the world had other plans. For days, everything felt soft. Jungkook would wait by her makeup station even when his schedule ran late. He would steal glances, offer her his jacket when the studio turned to cold, gently nudge her to eat. She started leaving sticky notes on his mirrors. You're doing great. Don't forget lunch, angry bird. You don't need filters. You're art already. They didn't call it love. But they felt it. Like static under skin. Quiet but always there. Until. That call came. Double quotes. Mr. Jian, your mother is back in Korea. Scene, Jian Mansion. That night. He stood there. Back straight. Facey motionless. But his fists were clenched, hidden in the pockets of his coat. His mother poured herself wine as if she hadn't disappeared for years. You look older, Jungkook, she smiled, but still just as foolish. What are you doing here? He asked coldly, checking on my son. And fixing mistakes, You mean ruining people's lives? He snapped. She stood, circling him slowly, she's back, isn't she? She whispered, double quotes, the girl I warned you about, the distraction. She was never a distraction, he growled, She made you weak. No, she was the only reason I survived. His mother's eyes sharpened, double quotes, if you don't end it now, I will. The studio, 2 days later, YN walked into the dressing room, ready to begin touch-ups, but something felt wrong, whispers, eyes that avoided her, then her heart sank when the manager walked up, avoiding eye contact. We're making a shift, he said awkwardly. You've been reassigned to another idol, not jungkook, double quotes, why? Orders from above, double quotes, above, there was only one above when it came to jungkook, his family. That night, Jungkook slammed the door to his father's office, double quotes, what the hell did you do? Protected you, his mother said calmly, double quotes, by firing the only person I trust. She doesn't belong in your world, double quotes, then maybe I don't either, double quotes, he turned to leave. If you walk out now, his mother warned. Forget your inheritance, your label connections, everything, you'll be on your own. I already am. Scene, YN's apartment, midnight, she heard knocking, soft, urgent, she opened the door, Jungkook stood there in the rain, soaked, breathing heavy. I'm not letting them touch you again. You'll lose everything, she whispered. Then let them take it. I've already chosen, Jungkook, he grabbed her face with both hands, pressing their foreheads together. You saved me before. Let me save us now. 1 week later, press conference, Jungkook walked onto the stage in a black suit, jaw sharp with defiance, I have a statement, he said, double quotes, to my fans. Thank you for loving me. But I'm no longer tied to Jian Corp or its affiliates. I've resigned because I won't build an empire, by destroying the person I love. Gasps, flashes, shock, double quotes, her name is YN. She is not a distraction, she is my strength, and this time, I won't let her go. Rooftop later that night, he found her staring at the city lights again. You didn't have to choose me over your dreams, she whispered, You were always part of the dream, he replied. I just didn't see it back then. He slipped a ring on her finger, We don't need the world's approval, just a promise that you'll stay. Always, she said, and this time, she meant it. Recording studio, 2 weeks later, Jungkook was free now. No more lease, no more labels, but freedom came with a price. Fewer resources, fewer connections, and cameras. Everywhere, watching, waiting, whispering, YN watched from behind the tinted glass as he ran through his vocals. Sweat dampening his hair, eyes heavy with exhaustion. He hadn't slept properly in days, Producers were hesitant, sponsors had pulled out. His team had shrunk from 20 to 5. You can still go back, she whispered one night, And leave you, he scoffed, brushing a strand of her hair behind her ear. That's never happening. They worked together, he sang. She fixed his mic. She soothed his nerves between sets, but outside that curtain, the world was waiting, double quotes, the fallen prince. Some articles called him, double quotes, JEO and Jungkook. Corrupted by a stylist, she seduced him into ruin. Every click, every stare, every rumor, YN kept quiet, but the ache built silently inside her. They had just wrapped a private fan showcase, Jungkook was talking to a few staff members when a fan recognized her, You're the reason he's not part of Jian Corp anymore, aren't you? YN paused, swallowed, he was better before you. Another voice joined in. You're not even pretty enough to ruin someone's career. Double quotes. She said nothing. She just walked away. Jungkook noticed. His eyes narrowed. She stood on the balcony, hugging herself as the city glittered beneath. He stepped behind her, silently wrapping a hoodie around her arms. You okay? He asked. Yeah, she lied. You're not. I'm trying to be. A pause. Told you I'd lose everything to be with you, he said. But I never wanted you to lose yourself for me. Tears finally slipped down. I hate the cameras, the whispers, the way they look at me. Like I don't belong next to you. Double quotes. Then don't stand next to me, he said softly, lifting her chin. Stand with me. There's a difference. There is now. He kissed her forehead, eyes fierce with the kind of protection only trauma can build. We'll rebuild everything from scratch. Just you and me. I don't care how long it takes. A small independent label. Late night recordings with tangled hair and ramen cups. Fan art. Support letters. The slow rebuilding of reputation. Her name no longer dragged, but defended. Their love no longer whispered, but witnessed. And as Jungkook's voice climbed charts again, not under his family's empire, but under his own name, he held her hand backstage during every standing ovation. 1 year later. They sat on the floor, sorting demo tracks when he turned suddenly. I was thinking, maybe we should make our own label. She laughed. Us. Why not? You've already designed the logo in your sketchbook. She blinked. You looked. I always look. He smirked. Then his tone shifted. You've been my strength in every failure. I want to make sure you're beside me in every win, too. Jungkook, double quotes. So let's not just fight the industry anymore. Let's single quotes as change it. The soft hum of lo-fi beats played from the corner speakers. Jungkook's single quotes as back was to her. Hoodie hood pulled low, eyes focused on the laptop screen as he adjusted sound levels. He tapped keys with that signature pout, frustrated but stubborn, chasing perfection. YN sat cross-legged on the rug, sketching label ideas with colored pencils. She'd drawn 3 versions already, none quite right. But her gaze kept drifting up to him. The man who once broke her heart. The same one who now kissed the cracks like they were scripture. He turned suddenly. We'll call it Undone Records, he said. Because everything they tried to destroy, we rebuilt. Double quotes. Her eyes softened. But something in her chest tightened to. Not everything had been rebuilt. Not yet. Later, their bedroom. Moonlight spilled across the sheets. Jungkook lay on his back, arm tucked beneath his head, lost in thought. YN curled beside him, tracing invisible shapes on his chest. What if we finally made it? He asked softly. You mean everything we dreamed? She replied. Yeah, you, me, the label. Our story, not hidden, not shamed. We're closer than ever. He nodded. But her fingers trembled slightly on his skin. There was a truth she hadn't told him. One that could destroy everything again. Flashback. 2 years ago, Jeon family estate. That day. The one she never spoke of. When his family had cornered her before she left him. When Jungkook's father had handed her that folder, thick with photos, printed texts, voice recordings. He'll never be free while you're in the picture, his father said. We're not just powerful, we're dangerous. You walk, or we bury his future. She thought she could handle that. Until she saw what they had on her family. Her father, the debts, the threats. And in that moment, she chose silence over confession. To protect him. But the cost. That guilt never left her. Not even now. Wrapped in his arms. Morning, Undone Records office. The label's soft opening drew quiet praise. A few brave artists had signed. And though the road was uncertain, the energy was theirs. But that morning, a brown envelope lay on Jungkook's desk. No return address. Inside, photos, old texts, a printed transcript, and a note, scrawled in cruel cursive. Still thinks she was innocent. Rooftop hours later, she found him there, just like before, but this time, he didn't smile when she stepped closer. Did you lie to me? He asked quietly, she froze, double quotes, jungkook. 2 years ago, my father, he didn't just threaten you, did he? Tell me the truth. YN. Right now, double quotes, tearswelled. But she forced them down, he said. He'd ruin you. Said he'd hurt the people I love. He knew things about my family. My dad's dead. He said if I didn't leave you, they'd drag everything down, double quotes, his breath hitched. His fists clenched, Why didn't you tell me? Because I thought it was the only way to keep you safe. You weren't supposed to protect me by lying. You were supposed to stay, I left, jungkook, But I never stopped loving you, silence, then, softly. You said secrets couldn't break us, she whispered. But I was always scared mine would. He looked at her raw and undone. I'm not leaving, he finally said. But don't ever keep me in the dark again, double quotes, she nodded, wiping her cheeks, no more secrets. Press conference, 2 weeks later, he stood tall beside her, hand in hand, this time. Not to defend, but to declare, we've faced judgment, rumors, silence, but we're still here, because our truth is stronger than their lies, double quotes, and when the reporters asked about their label, their future, he turned to her and smiled, we built this together. So we'll carry it together, even if the world turns on us. Undone records office wall, a framed logo sketch, her final version, beneath it, a quote etched in gold. You were never my distraction, you were always my rebellion. Undone records, archive room, rainy afternoon, closing parenthesis, the air smelled like old paper and dust, YN was organizing the last box of old sketches, press clippings, and discarded lyric sheets. Most of it was chaos, scribbles, doodles, ideas that never made the cut, until her fingers brushed against a worn envelope and sealed, faintly crumpled at the corners, on the front, one word in Jungkook's handwriting. If I'd had the courage. She stared at it for a long time, she had never seen it before, had never been meant to, but something about the way her name was written beneath that title, she unfolded it slowly. Inside the letter, narrated by jungkook, double quotes, and I rehearsed 100 ways to say this, but none felt big enough. Not for what I lost, not for you, double quotes, I hated you for leaving me. But I hated myself more, for believing you did it without reason. The truth, you were always my safest place. My calm in chaos, my home before I even knew I needed one. I told the world I moved on, but every song I sang after you was still about you. So if this letter ever reaches you, know this, I still wait. For you in every crowd, I still hope for your voice in every silence. And if life ever gives me another chance, I won't waste it, not again, Yours even when you weren't mine. She read the last line twice, her throat closed. Her eyes blurred, he wrote this before she came back, before he knew the truth, when his heart was still breaking, and he never gave it to her. That evening, he found her in the kitchen, rain tapping against the windows. A soft playlist humming in the background, she placed the letter on the table without a word, he stared at it, then back at her. You found it, he said quietly, why didn't you give it to me? She asked, He exhaled slowly, eyes down, because I was angry. And I was scared, and because I didn't think I deserved to still love you, double quotes, she stepped closer. But you did. You always did. There was silence. Not awkward, just heavy. The kind that settles between people who've walked through fire and still reached for each other. I'm sorry for the pain, she whispered, and the secrets. And I'm sorry I ever made you think you were alone, he said. A few days later, music video said they were directing their first indie MV together. Low budget, tight crew, but the story. It was their story. A tale of lost love and the courage it takes to come home again. And when the final scene wrapped, the one where the lead reads a forgotten letter and looked across the set and caught Jungkook staring at her. This time, he mouthed silently, "We end with the beginning." She smiled, heartful. Because sometimes the letters we never send still find their way to who they belong to. The sun finally returned after days of rain. Why and sat on the office couch, tangled in a hoodie too big to be hers because, of course, it was his. She was editing demo notes on her tablet while sipping from a mug that said, "World's okayest producer in faded ink." Jungkook walked in holding two sandwiches. "I made the eggs slightly burnt, just how you hate them." He smirked. She grinned. "Perfect. Just how I like to complain." They weren't rushing anything. No dramatic declarations. Just quiet routines slowly becoming rituals again. They were working on a new track. One Miko wrote. The song wasn't sad. Not like the older ones, filled with ache and echoes of the past. This one was lighter, hopeful. About second chances, about learning how to stay. As she adjusted his mic, their fingers brushed just for a second, but it was enough to leave static in the air. You're not just writing music anymore, she said softly. You're healing with it. Double quotes. He looked at her, eyes gentle. Only because you're in it again. Scene, rooftop, golden hour. They climbed up after hours like they used to when they were just dreamers, broke and brilliant, chasing songs and sunsets. She played their new demo from her phone. He listened in silence. Then cologne. Double quotes. Do you ever think maybe we had to fall apart first, to learn how to love without fear this time? She nodded, eyes on the sky. Maybe love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just showing up. Again and again. Double quotes. He didn't answer. He just held her hand. Like a promise, not to fix everything at once, but to stay long enough to try. Late night. The crew had gone home. They sat surrounded by empty coffee cups and scribbled lyrics. He pulled out an old USB, found something from the early days. Double quotes. She plugged it in. Static. Then a rough and release track. Played, her voice harmonizing with his. It was raw, imperfect, beautiful. Her eyes welled up. I forgot we sounded like this. Double quotes. He looked at her, serious now. I didn't. I never stopped listening. Premiere night. The record music video launched. The MV dropped with no promo. No industry push. Just a timestamp and a caption. For the ones who thought love had passed them by. DIDN single quotes T. Double quotes. It opened with soft visuals. Rain against windows. Coffee steam, messy notebooks, tired smiles. It showed them, not as idols or icons, but as to people healing in rhythm. There were no flashy edits, no fancy effects. Just hands brushing, a shared hoodie, a whispered chorus. And the world listened. Comments flooded in. This feels like love I've lived through. I don't know who they are, but I want what they have. This is the softest, strongest thing I've ever seen. Healing music from a healing couple. No one talked about jungkook. No one cared about charts or brands. They cared about them. Together. Unfiltered. Unfolding. Interview clip. A few days later. A soft-lit interview for a music blog. They sat side by side, not holding hands, not flaunting anything. But the energy was unmistakable. Do you think the world sees you differently now? The host asked ... Jungkook smiled but looked at her instead ... I think they finally see what I've always seen. Wyan added, gently, we didn't set out to be a couple people admired ... We just decided not to lose each other again. TikToks, Reels, art edits, soft guitar covers ... People recreating scenes from the MV wearing oversized hoodies, holding coffee mugs ... singing their lyrics in late-night car rides ... A tweet went viral. Healing is real. Love is real. Jungkook and YN are proof. Studio late night ... The studio lights dim. A candle flickers between them as they sit, mixing the final track of the album ... He looks at her, not with the urgency of someone chasing success ... But with the peace of someone who already found it ... Double quotes, you know. He murmured, I wanted the world. But turns out the world was always just us. She smiled, placing a hand over his ... And now they know that too. ... The screen fades out as the track plays softly. Two hearts, one song, finally in tune. Quote on screen as credits roll. Real love doesn't demand you lose yourself ... It meets you where you are and stays long enough to help you grow ...